Alright, so my bike's been dying all day with the kickstand issue again. I know I can fix it. I have the extra thing. It's getting dark here. I don't have time to do it tonight. I'm gonna try and push it another day. Get going early tomorrow morning. Hopefully that works. I'm in El Dorado, Arkansas. This nice little RV park. Set up here and spend the night. Good morning. As you can see, I am not at the campsite I was at last night. I ended up giving in and getting another hotel. So I'm debating right now, saying it's supposed to rain all day. It's a little cloudy, but it's not really raining. Even if it does rain, I might be better off working on the bike here. So I think I'm gonna go do that. Shouldn't be that bad of a job. I get my skid plate on and off if I have to do it. It'll be the worst part. I had to pull the tank and everything off to get to the dongle for the kickstand and replace it. It's the biggest pain in the ass I've had on that bike. So, let's go. So back to the hotel here. Found a nice little corner. I'm gonna get all set up. Tear this thing down. And pray it doesn't rain. There's a small possibility I can get to it without pulling that tank off, but very, very small. Super important to not lose anything here. Put everything in this little black thing. So I'm trying to remember where it is. I think it's up in here. There it is right there. Should I try and take my battery off? I think I can do it. I'm gonna go for it without taking the tank off. It's not normally where that sits either. Obviously it's normally a kickstand switch on there. If I could go back, I wouldn't have replaced that. I thought it was a preemptive thing, so I didn't have issues with my kickstand switch, but I should have just left my kickstand switch on, and if it failed, I could have replaced it. Now, also, because I messed with it, I know where it is. If I can get this off and sorted without pulling the tank off, I will be so happy. It's really tough to get off of there. That's my main concern. But look at this. Look at this. Do not want to get dirt in there. I don't know what that'd do. Shrink wrapping this was smart if I never had to touch it again. Or if I was doing this at home. I think I gotta pull the tank off. I think it's gonna make my life easier. I'm not gonna mess anything up if I do that. It sucks, but it's what it is. Do it right once. We'll have it off. I'll have a look at my rad too. Got it all done now. This big tank is what makes this bike sweet. Gives you distance. Also sucks when you gotta take it off to get at anything on the trail. So if you ever have to do this on the trail, your sensor, show here. The original kickstand sensor's on here. It's bolted on here. Little wire goes up through, runs all the way along up into here. Now, I spoke with the guy at Van Ash that makes these. He doesn't sell them anymore because the newer bikes, KTM found a way to make it impossible to defeat. So he doesn't want people buying them and putting them on the wrong bikes. I don't think this is his part's fault. I think I initially installed it wrong Maybe it's a bit of a failing one, maybe it's something with the bike. I don't know. I'm really hoping just replacing the piece will get it for me. This is the one thing I defend KTM, not because I feel any loyalty to them. I do feel like their bikes are the best, especially when it comes to adventure bikes. They're the best for me, for what I do. But that kickstand thing really frustrates me because it's engineered to not be able to work on the trail and can leave you stranded. This is an adventure bike. You're supposed to be able to go wherever you want. The fact you have to do this is absurd. So here's where the kickstand sensor plugs in. I have the dongle on it. Like, got the tank off and it's still a pain to get to. Now, as far as I know, pretty well every other bike, all you have to do to bypass this, cut the wire, splice them together. I've done it on a 10-ring for somebody else in the woods. You're not improving anyone's safety. So here's the scary part. My bike died on me mid-pass. There was no one coming at me. So I just went back in behind the transport, but imagine you're gunning it, trying to get around something on time, and your bike dies because of a kickstand sensor. And then you die because of a kickstand sensor. Huh, alright, that wasn't that tough that time. So yeah, here's a brand new one from Van Ash. And again, I'm not blaming these guys. The fact they had to make this thing is absurd. All that to do that. Alright. I think I'm gonna leave well enough alone for the ride. I'll just keep adding. It goes quite a while. It's a slow leak. Cause it's I can't just pull a couple bolts and swing it forward. There's a bunch. Sometimes you're better to not mess with something when it's working half decent. A lot of people laugh at my zip tie collection. It is so handy and it doesn't get in your way. Much smarter man than myself showed me that, and I've been doing it ever since. Mr. Kevin Burnett. All right, that's done. Let's get this beast back together and pray that that worked. Bike's back together. It's running. No check engine light. That oil pressure low light, it pops on for a second every time I start. It's been doing that since brand new. From what I've read, a common thing with this 890. I made it to Texas. So pumped. Not too much longer. I'm gonna be on some Texas Backroads. Blasted highway around Texarkana. I love Texas, man. Highways are 75 mile an hour. Just pulled over for a little bite here. Put my mic back on. I wasn't doing any filming because there's nothing really interesting. But I think hit these back roads here in 20 minutes or so and there'll be some interesting stuff. Little Texas Backroads. Deer running in the field. Must have gotten a blast of rain here recently. Some muddy spots. I plan these routes months in advance. I'll never stop being amazed when they work. Like looking at lines on a map, and then out here riding. Probably a good time for a reminder. I'm pretty good with the GPS, and I'm pretty good at planning routes, whether it's on big bikes, little bikes. And if you would like something planned, if you would like some tracks, anywhere in North America, and I even have a bunch in Mexico, especially Baja, lots of Baja. Hit me up in the comments. I don't have a website for it yet. I really got to get on that. I'm just slowly making my way into doing this as a business. If you want to purchase some tracks, I guarantee you I sell them cheaper than anywhere else you get in the internet. A lot of stuff I'll just give for free. General areas. Pretty well charged based on how much work it takes for me. If you see areas on someone else's site and they're charging $200 for a loop, let me know. GPS data is, it's not owned by anyone. I don't care if you share mine, if you be a little annoyed if you buy it and sell it to someone else, but I really just try to use the money from that to keep doing this, and I feel like it's something everyone should have access to. The only reason why I charge for it is because it takes a lot of time. I enjoy doing it, so I sell it for a lot less than what it's worth time-wise. I have to charge a little bit for it. Maybe I'll start a site someday and give it all for free. I definitely like to do things back home in Ontario and give it out for free. I would also tell you if I've ridden it or not. One thing I'll say when it comes to little bike trails, I may send you into some tough stuff. So, and even it's hard to know anybody's skill. Nobody says they're any less than an intermediate rider, ever. Unless you're either brand new or intermediate. And I've ridden with a lot of intermediate riders that are barely beginners. Usually if someone says they're intermediate, they're a beginner. If they say they're an expert, they're intermediate. Rare exception to that, but for the most part, that's how it is. Everything's relative. And also remember, things you see on video are always easier on video. If you want a good example of that, look at the Voodoo Ranch race that myself and my good friend helped create. Well, the two of us did create it. I did a run through the course, and a lot of people showed up expecting it to be easy, and it wasn't. I'm no professional rider. Far from it.
but I can get through everything but the most extreme of trails fairly easily. And it looks easy when you see someone ride through it like that. There we go. Oh, cool bridge. That's a cool dam. So far, all these roads are beautiful country roads that go from ranch to ranch. These ranches are huge. Like the road will go for miles for one ranch. Superb roads. Every single person I've seen has waved with a smile. They must not see many bikes through here, or they're just incredibly friendly people. Hi, cow. Oh, he didn't smile. DDR is out east on there, trying to trick you into thinking the road's closed and your GPS is wrong. I live in the east-ish Canada, and I do find generally every time I've been to southern US, they're friendly. Canadians are polite. Americans are friendly. Especially Southern Americans. I've been seeing these all over. I have no idea what the hell they are. Let's have a look. Some kind of fruit or something. I've seen them crushed. They're pretty hard. I don't know. Wish I knew if I could eat it. I'm gonna take a photo of one. Don't you? Oh. There's the tree they come from. The way my stomach is, I'm probably best not to try eating it without knowing what it is. Even if my stomach was good. I will figure that out later. Finally some riding that's making all that highway driving worth it. Probably tell from my expression last night, I was starting to feel a little down. Just hours and hours and hours of highway miles. You have to refill the stoke meter, and this is doing it. I feel like I'm trespassing at times, but fairly certain these are all public roads. Everybody's happy and smiling. It's a big farm operation. Feeding the world. And on the other side of a river, creek not far from me, is the Chocktaw Nation. Wow. Heard of the Choctaws. I didn't know where they were from. Heard about it from country music. Well, it looks like the road I was gonna take isn't well used. And the water body's up there. Let's go have a look at the water body. Oh wow. It's a big river. This road looks less used for sure, but still a road. So I will use it. And I have it mapped out. Feel a little weird riding this one. Okay, more of a road here. Always nervous of pissing off a local. Even though I'm getting nothing but friendly faces. I think I just grew up where people didn't really seem to enjoy you riding around their area. And it stuck with me. All right. Back on the road. No angry farmers. I'm fine. Looks pretty nice. Might have to try it. I don't think I'm gonna get better than this. Awesome. All to myself, a washroom. Hell yes. These before, it's pretty sweet. You just take one of these envelopes, put $10 in it, fill it out, drop it in. I love the US. How is this for a campsite? I am the only one here. The Caddo National Grasslands. Pretty small park. They have vault washrooms. This big old lake. And the biggest lily pads I've ever seen. kind of crane or something flew away as I pulled up. Look at these friggin' lily pads. They're huge. Are there gators in Texas? I'm sure there'd be signs. There's danger. Man, look at these things. Like, it's huge. Seed pod. Man, this is awesome. Needed a nice spot to camp. Nice to not be in a packed area too. I just couldn't do that one last night. The people that own that place, so nice, I would recommend it. But I just didn't have it in me. And then to wake up and have to work on the bike, the hotel was the right choice, I think. It was supposed to rain in the morning too, and it did. But I was in the hotel, so. This place is definitely used. There's a little bit of trash around. I found some wood over there that I'm gonna bring here. Maybe I'll go get that as soon as I drop the stuff off the bike. Man, this is so peaceful, so cool. Nobody here. This is awesome. Somebody cut some wood up over there already. The wood camp here is really nice, but I think over there is better. Good first batch. Even water spout. Man. Wow. Watching this video, editing all this, it reminds me. This day marked the beginning of the next stage of my trip. Camping spots, scenery, the excitement, all the adventure leveled up on this day. Thank you so much for watching. Truly grateful that I'm able to share this adventure with you. Hopefully, it inspires you to take off on your own. We all need to explore the world. If you haven't had a chance to do it yet, this is your sign. Get out there, find your adventure. Cheers. I'll see you when I see you.